give us a little recap of how that went and a little bit of predictions.
Yeah, I thought it was great to have some, obviously some fans there and just get out and practice in front of some other people. You know, I thought there were some positive things that happened there. I thought there was a slow start by about everybody, but I thought our defense really picked it up. I'm pleased with how they've progressed all fall camp. I think we're still working through some things from an offensive standpoint, but we wanted to get out, let our guys kick a little bit, you know, in the stadium and do some different things and have an opportunity to see who was going to, whether they show up when there's fans there or maybe run and hide, you know, when the pressure's a little bit bigger. But I thought we got accomplished some things we wanted to. We came out of it healthy, which was good.
How would you describe the kicking competition at this point?
You know, I don't know if somebody's completely taken it yet right now. I do think we have made some progress. I think all the kickers have had moments where they've done some really good stuff, and you feel like there's some confidence there. I think there's always that sometimes you wish they'd make the one that you really need to make. But I think we're close to probably naming a guy. You know, I think this week, going through the rest of this week, we'll probably, hopefully, we'll solidify who that is. You know, because it's been a strong competition, and they've all competed, you know, to the best of their ability.
So last week that you wanted to kind of have the depth chart somewhat in place, you mentioned kicker. What are a couple other positions maybe that you're still evaluating?
I think for the most part, it's probably solidified. I would say the offensive line is still trying to work through some things there of what that looks like. I would think that's a piece there that we're still working on how that's going to shake out. Besides that, I think is there competition still going on for how much you're playing? Yeah. But as far as who's probably playing, the majority of those jobs have probably been set as far as who's earned the trust and who's been consistent. I think across the board, the majority of those have probably been set. Just how much, hey, this guy's going to get 40 plus, or this guy's getting, I think that's still to be determined as far as how much somebody's going to play. But as far as who's earned the right to be out there, most of those jobs have been set.
The left tackle on the O-line?
I would just say just in the O-line in general. I think there's some areas there that we've got to improve considerably if we're going to have the opportunity to be a good offensive team, and that whole group needs to pick it up.
How do you assess Caden in a scrimmage like Saturday where the offensive line's a work in progress and there's not a lot of contact and some of his game is being able to make people miss when there's the potential for contact?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't obviously play him much. We were doing the other things, and he obviously had the turnover, which we don't like. He made a bad decision there, just forcing the ball, trying to do a little bit too much. But we obviously know what he's capable of, and so really going into that game was more, hey, he was going to get a couple opportunities, and it was more going to be for the other guys to see how they perform, whether with the first team or vice versa. That was really more the plan there with him.
You said at the beginning of camp you were hoping one of your biggest goals was to get through injury-free or pretty healthy. How do you feel you're at in that regards? Going, into
I think we've had some guys get bangs here or there. We've not had anything significant, which is a positive. On the back end, that means if you hit enough, there's always that two guys talking to you on the shoulder, trying to be done enough. But I think as of right now, we're as healthy as we could be from a major losing somebody from long term. We have lost some people, not necessarily for the season ending, but for some time. But I think we're in a good spot so far. Obviously, we got some time to go and still have some physical practice that are coming. But we've avoided a lot of the, you get typically a lot of soft tissues, a lot of hamstrings that put people out. The thing we've battled more than anything probably has been a lot of illnesses. Just when you get a group of guys together and all that stuff happens, and you start getting symptoms here, sniffing and coughing. And we've had a lot of guys maybe miss some, not necessarily a bunch of days, but maybe a day here for something, this or that. that's been more what we've done with this fall camp than others.
What position group excites you the most right now coming into this season? What are you most excited about to see in your team in a real game?
You know what, I really like the depth of our defensive line. I think we've got some guys there that will provide. I don't think there's a drop off, like if we guys injured or we're just rotating guys in. I don't believe there's that much of a drop off from that standpoint. So I really like watching them compete and come. They've done really well this fall camp. So I like what they're about. I would say that.
Reese Smith is somebody we saw a decent amount of in the scrimmage. What has his progression been like from maybe the first day of camp to where he's at now health-wise and also in the offense?
Yeah, Reese is somebody that the receivers and the coaches trust. He's going to be where he needs to be. I think the challenge for Reese is continuing. He's healthy, but it's a mental thing anytime you get injured. There's that mental thing. He's obviously wearing that knee brace, not that he will wear that during the season, but he's wearing it now just to continue to give him confidence in that knee. And I think anytime that you're working through an injury, you're always in the mind that it's is it going to happen again? It's getting on that middle block. He's still working through that. And also because he missed so much time, then when you're doing so much playing, that knee's going to hurt again naturally because you're doing more on it than you've been able to in a while. So we're working through that part of it where it's not necessarily that it's injured again, but there's just a little pain of going through some of those injuries. And we're working him through that. Thankfully, he did get a decent amount of playing time the other day, and he came out feeling good. So I think that gave him confidence to, this week and next week getting prepared for the game and put him in a position where he feels good about going out there. He's 100% healthy. We just got to give him 100% knowing that it's going to stay healthy.
Got time for one more, Coach.
Feedback from your coaches after getting a live scrimmage with the helmet comm systems, the quarterbacks and the linebackers?
Say that one more time.
You have feedback from your coaches on using
I think everybody likes that. It's obviously can be a benefit from a standpoint of the way you want to use it. I know defense really liked it because they've been able to do some things maybe they normally wouldn't do because they can tell the guy real quick, hey, do this, and you can change it, this or that. So I think there's definitely a positive with those things. You're still working through how exactly do you want to use it, and when's ideal to use it, when's ideal time to use it. But I think it's been positive from all sides.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.